Hey there, chart friends. Lamont here from Chart Guys, checking in on the solar sector. So, if you took this trade with me here, then I hope you took some profit off already because we are coming up to test this major resistance here, 73.08, and you can tell it's a meaningful level because it's not just a one pivot. We have multiple bottoms here as well, and actually I think it's like pretty much. Yeah. So anyway, the idea is this has proven to be a contentious area before, and so it's always prudent to take profit before you come up and test the key resistance. Remember, we are just looking for that weekly higher low with anything over 47.98 being one. Anything over 47.98 will be that weekly higher low. In order for us to be confident that that weekly higher low is set, we need to see a daily trend change. So the ideal situation for bulls from here on out is to push on up, ideally break this resistance, pull back to set a healthy higher low, break to higher highs, and then we can be confident that that weekly higher low is set. So let's check it out on the hourly time frame. So this bounce is pretty much still one move from this last lower higher low here at 68.05. So the bulls have created quite a lot of space to set a higher low tomorrow. And let's see. Oh, it's kind of an Adam and Eve, eh? An Adam and Eve is just a sharp correction, little V shape, and then a rounded bottom. So potentially an Adam and Eve reversal printing here. So if we see a rejection tomorrow from all of these tops here, or even from that top up there, we will just be scouting, or bulls will just be scouting an hourly higher low. So let's say we were to go down right from here. If we were to start correcting right from here, rejecting from these levels in pre-market, then I would want to see where my RSI would be extended. And it would be, let's see, around 382, right? So just going into tomorrow, I don't know what the open will be like, but I know we're looking for the hourly higher low, and I have an idea that it will be oversold around there. So that's how I'll set it up for the evening, and then a situation where you really need to see how it opens. So we'll just be patient and check it out tomorrow. Going ORA beauty. So if you took this trade, I hope you took profit today. Hope you took profit on this trade today. Was when it came up to test this channel resistance. Additionally, it was a double top here, and so again, you always want to take some profit off if you are approaching resistance. 4%. If you didn't take profit, you are greedy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not judging you. Anyway, so we are looking for that weekly higher low. For that weekly higher low, anything over 53.44 will be one on the daily time frame. We have this very controlled daily downtrend. Again, we got this bear break with no follow through, so this weekly bull flag potential is still on the table. On the hourly time frame, this bounces straight from the lows. Straight from the lows, and whenever the bulls start pulling back, or whenever the bears step in, we'll be looking for that healthy hourly higher low. Since we are near the top of this channel, I think we can start scouting that trade right now. So let's see. I want to check out the 5-minute time frame, see where we would be extended right around the 50. So yeah, that's where I'd be interested in something like that. Even if we just head up to test the upper range of the channel, I think that RR is decent. And if we get a push up tomorrow, then we can move these levels up. So if the bulls start off strong tomorrow, then they will Obviously, the RSI, the 5-minute RSI would change, and we just always want to make sure that we have RSI at our back when we are doing our scaling. So, ideal situation for bulls tomorrow would just be to pull back, set a healthy higher low, set a healthy hourly higher low, and then break over 70.72 to confirm a hourly trend change and have us confident in this daily low being set. Anything over 67.53 will be an hourly higher low. JKS. So we got this wedge break, but not much follow through. Typically, you want to see a lot more momentum. When you get a wedge break and there's not a lot of follow through, what happens fairly often is base get sideways range. So we'll be mindful of that. JKS definitely not as strong as ORA and 10. Kind of interesting because it was strong back here, but maybe just a bit of a lagger, had an inside bar today. Whenever we bounce, the bears will be scouting a daily lower high under 73.60 on the hourly time frame. Just an EQ now, so let's see. I wouldn't even consider this a trend change. See what it looks like on the hourly. I wouldn't even consider this an hourly trend change. So we're not yet confident that this low is a daily low. In order for us to be confident that it is, ideally the bulls will show up tomorrow, defend this low of 60.15 and break to a higher high over, I'm going to default to this one, over 62.50 to change that hourly trend, have us confident that that daily higher low is set, and then we will be scouting for a daily lower high under 73.60. So let's see, trades, as long as we're in this EQ, I like trades like at this point I have a bit of a bullish bias considering selling that's occurred, volume is falling off. In the short term, at least going into tomorrow, I would be more interested in bottom fishing these levels. Yeah, bottom fishing these levels, I'm more interested in that than I am on the bear side for now. Here we go, scout that lower high, that daily lower high. So something like that. An idea, just a rough idea. Yeah. Let's see what kind of target we might look out for a daily lower high. Quite a lot of space there, so let's see here. Maybe we do a full, get an idea. At least the 50, I think, good for that. So this is not a bad trade. Very low risk. 1.7%. Yeah, one could size up if they wanted to. Okay, so run. I'm gonna break my streak. Run is in the accumulation zone that I think I set out yesterday. And so ideally bulls will show up tomorrow. So very similar. It got the wedge breakout and it's a little bit weaker than JKS. It's not going sideways. Obviously we had some correction. We are now grinding this potential this previous wedge resistance as now potential support. Well, that does not look good. Potentially a daily bear flag, although the pole is not great. I don't really like. I don't love this idea of a little Christmas light pattern into bear flag. Typically, you have a nice big pole. Okay. So trades in the short term, I guess I would really just be interested in this. It's the same idea. If you're not initiated, I guess that's good for you. We would just be bottom fishing these levels, ideally in 5-minute oversold conditions. Now it would be a bit lower, so I'll just hide this trade for now. If you're not in a trade and you want to for some reason long the weakest solar name, then I would just adjust these levels down because I wanted to potentially look for another backtest entry off of the previous resistance. I can see there's a bit of price action back here. There's actually not bad. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so there was a pivot there. All right. Yeah, I don't hate that. So again, the bottom fishing play with 5-minute oversold conditions using the potential wedge line as a support. I don't hate it, but I mean, typically best to long the stronger names. And whenever we do start seeing some bounce, bears will just be scouting a lower high. Honestly, that is not too far away. 59.06, I wouldn't be surprised if that high got broken, but bears can be top fishing 67.38 as well. There is congestion here. Has been previous congestion here. So we can get hourly RSI extended into these levels. That's not a bad play. Yay. Okay, yeah, I don't hate that. If we were to rush up right away, if the bulls show up strong right away, then a little short-term trade, not bad. And it is the weaker solar name, so if you are going to short a solar name, this is the one. So, something like that. A rough idea. Okie dokie. FSLR. Great highlight? I remember. I was anticipating a potential EQ, and so I was saying the only plays that I really like were to be top fishing and bottom fishing in 5-minute oversold conditions. So let's see. Today we only really got 5-minute oversold in meaningful fashion down here. Wonder, let's look at that. Yeah, the issue was that you didn't really get much of a waterfall, right? Ideally, see, this is not as waterfally as you'd like. Let's see. But it's more so on the 15-minute. This is quite a waterfall, even though it has that one little bullish candle there. But this is kind of the pattern you want when you get extended into bottom fishing levels. So this is a scenario where if you saw this kind of grind down the sideways to cool off RSI and then grind down, you'd want to have moved those levels lower. And because we're being mindful of the hourly support here, if it gets to the point, so let me just move it. So if it gets to the point where there's nowhere for you to find any support above this level with 5-minute oversold conditions, then you might want to just abandon the play. Yeah. So because 5-minute RSI would have been extended below that support over there, we would have had to zoom out and maybe look for supports like around here. Right. So I see there's a top there. Tops, multiple tops here. Multiple tops there. So if anything, I would just be patient. And let's see, we're looking for a daily higher low now. So because we're looking for a daily higher low, we can be doing our shopping in hourly oversold conditions. So let's take a look at that. Be a bit lower now. So the only real play that I like. So at this point now, I would like something this. Sure that the hourly gets. Price should move up a little bit. So again, it's going to depend on the open. If we go sideways, then we'll want to move this range down, because if we go sideways, the RSI will cool off a little bit. Then we'll want to lower it. We always want RSI at our back. So yeah, something like that. Again, depending on the open. Okay, I think that covers it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all soon.